And we have to be live now. Hello, people. Hello, AlphaGuilty community and not yet AlphaGuilty community. Glad to see you on this YouTube channel. Glad to see you on our today's AMA session. Today we're talking about Gotbit Foundation. We're talking with Mikhail, Chief Analyst at Gotbit. We'll talk to him in a minute. I will introduce myself once again. My name is Adrian. I am the venture lead in your favorite YouTube star on the AlphaGuilty YouTube channel. AlphaGuilty has recently rebranded, so we have changed our name and we have changed a little bit. Maybe I would say that we extended the direction that we're moving into. We have opened a bunch of new and we have developed a bunch of new tools that we presented to our community. One of the biggest ones is the Alpha Loyalty. Alpha Loyalty is a system that allows you as a business to make giveaway events and make contests for your community in a more safe and secure way, because Alpha Loyalty's backend systems and services are scanning the community and people who are taking part in these giveaway challenges, and it cuts off the bots so that people with like 20-30 real followers are getting more chances to win than people with millions of fake followers. So this smart system works already. You can visit AlphaGuilty.io/Alpha Loyalty and check it out in there. If you are just a person who wants to find a prospective project to invest in it, you can also find these projects on Alpha Loyalty. You can participate there. You can do the tasks that are mentioned on the website and win the tokens early on. So you can start in crypto with no investments, and you can use AlphaGuilty to discover new projects as well. So yeah, we've got a bunch of new stuff, but today we've got a guest. So Mikhail, hello. How do you see us? How do you hear us? How are you doing?
Yes, everything okay. Everything is great. So nice to meet you. Thank you for coming. So let me first of all introduce myself. My name is Mikhail, and I'm head of venture, head of research in our venture team. So actually, I'm the person in my team with what project we invest or not only myself but our crew. So actually Gotbit, we are our core business is market making, and we started as a market maker in 2017, and actually we are working with more than 300 projects as I remember, and we are working on different famous centralized exchanges. So we are working also not only on centralized exchanges or boards on trading platform, which are traders use to manipulate the markets and some other stuff that a lot of people, a lot of community thinking that of course the guys who are moving the market, and actually it's us. So nice to meet you. And
yes. Mikhail, can you give me
projects with some
second,
kind of
please? I will switch my network because I've got something poor with the internet connection. Yeah.
Okay.
Just a second.
Okay, no problem.
It has to be good now. It has to be good now.
Yes.
We're back.
I hope so. So let me continue. So as I told you, our first a main business, our core business is market making, and the second big branch of ours is our development team. So we have a really big team of really profound developers on different languages. I mean Solidity, Rust, Hope, as I remember, moved also. So we're helping the project with some kind of outsource help, so we can help them with building some kind of our white label solutions, starting from staking, bridges. I mean not the external bridges that from some projects that you use usually, but inside the project we create a bridge between some chains, because there's a really big trend for all projects to be multi-chain. So here we help a lot of projects to be multi-chain. So we share with them our expertise, so which chains is the best for their sector, because there is I know a lot of chains, and you need to find out which chains really suits you, because you can't build a gamified project on Ethereum. Of course you can, but it won't be really effective, to be honest. So that's why we are consulting on it and helping to develop a lot of stuff. of course, like we are helping them with some kind of customized solutions. Projects came to us and like asked to build something that they want and expect, and we are like beginning a really like long roadmap of development. So yes, and finally we came to my department is actually Gotbit Foundation. Of course like we invest in companies. We have some kind of like portfolio. It's, to be honest, not public, but I think I can assure you it's like more than like around like almost 20 projects like in our portfolio. And I know like what we also do. Of course, like we help with incubations of projects. So we have a really like big branch of expertise in like, I know like we as a venture fund understand like what's really like important for projects like to have to really like to get attention from a venture fund. So we prepare like the documents, I know, starting from tokenomics, business model, pitch deck, white paper. We prepare like all the documents, so they will really like attractive for a VC, especially a pitch deck, because you understand the first touch with the project starts from for a VC starts from a pitch deck. So you actually, like how it like happens in our site. I know like every like analyst and team like have like 20, 25 projects like per day, looks through 20, 25 projects per day. So you can't spend like, I know like 30 minutes per one like pitch deck. So you just actually open like one pitch deck, scroll this like for 10 minutes, tries to understand like what projects do, expertise of team, some like really like main points. And then you decide like, do you like to spend like another like, I know like 20, 25 minutes to a project or not. So that's why I know like pitch deck is everything for a project when they really want to raise some money. And after that, we have a really like big branch of like our venture partners, not only venture partners, but we usually start like helping projects with fundraising. We help them with connections to launch pads. We consult them about central exchanges, because here comes also like important topic, like which like central exchange suits the projects and what's the conditions that like actually central exchanges ask the project really like suits to this project. So this like in our incubation team we share like expertise, but to be honest, it's like another guys like who helps the project. I'm actually more about like research, like I'm more about the investments. So it's actually, I hope it was like a really brief intro, but I'm not sure that I managed to be really like brief.
Yeah, I mean, like what I understood is that you are doing pretty much everything on the crypto market and pretty much everything that a crypto or a beginning Web3 company needs.
Yes. Actually, like the idea of our founders was that I know like to be a successful project, founders should concentrate like on internal business model, internal stuff, and all operations. And we try to cover like all the external things, starting from like pitching to material, to pitch into venture funds, preparing the materials. I know like development, helping with expertise. I know like advising, and then we end with manipulating their markets. I know like providing liquidity, and it's all like from scratch. From we start project like helping from idea and like ending with working with their token on their market. So it's really like a long life cycle for our job with the project if it comes like from the scratch to us.
Okay, so you're doing so many different services and you're providing them. How many people are working at Gotbit?
Okay, actually, it's a good question. I think it's definitely more than 100. I think it's like 120, 130. And like actually I know like every week, every month I meet like new people, because we are still hiring actively and different, of course, on different branches. I'm not sure that like my fund is my department will be really like big people in people, because you don't need like to have 30, 50 people in a venture fund. I think it's our level at the stage that we are currently in. But in terms of like traders, developers, yes, it's a really like big teams, and we have already like 3-4 offices around the world. So it's not only in one place. So we are like we are in 2 cities in Europe. We are like in Dubai. We have office in Dubai, and we are planning to open some new offices for new people.
Okay. And the next question is, did your team size change, and how did it change during this bear market, this summer especially, when everything went down? Was your supply standing the same, or like how did it change, and how did your team size change?
Okay, actually, it's a good question. And I don't know, I think like for the last year, the team like doubled in numbers. And I think like probably in spring we had like almost 100 employees, and like around like another like 30 like for the last months. So actually, the bearish market doesn't really affect our business model, because like projects that are listed, they still need like help with providing liquidity. They need help with their markets. So I know it doesn't, probably what changes is actually like strategies, like the algorithms that our traders use, but with project still needs our help. Same as for the development. So a lot of really, I think, like we still have the same number of projects that came to us like for help with the development. The same number of projects came to us for help for incubation and some other stuff. So I really still believe in crypto, still believe that they need like to build right now a new project for the next bullish market. And actually it's the right attitude, because you can't build like the bullish market is really like is not really long. So you can't just like came with an idea, build a project, get the token listed, launch the mainnet, get a really big community. So all the good projects, I mean, like was really like built on the last bearish market. So they were like already launched like before the start of the bullish market, and they reached like success. They reached traction only on the bullish market. So you need to really like, I don't know, 2-3 years to build a great project. So that's why you need like to start really early, and the early is like bearish market. So Adrian, can you hear me?
Hey, I'm very sorry. Like for a minute, I switched the network again, trying to find the best one, because today at the office something happened, and we have maybe the worst internet connection I've ever seen in this particular office. I'm very sorry.
Oh, no problem.
You are muted.
Not really. Can you hear me?
You're not, but I cannot hear you. Interesting.
Let me try one more time. So can you hear me now?
still cannot hear.
So can you hear me now? I don't like, I just like reconnected my. So can you hear me now?
Yes, it's good. It was
okay.
my problem on my side.
Yes, I know.
So you finished on the part, so it was pretty long, because you talked about much when the church did not cut, and it doubled actually in size on the bear market. Yeah.
So just like the main idea was that like for all the great projects like started like building on the last like on the previous bearish market. So that's why I know here now right now is really like the best time for you to start your like to building your project, because like if we talk about the fundraising, great project like really strong project still raises money. So if you have a really like strong idea, good experience, you can actually build a project like raise good money, and on the next bullish market, you will be like already like on mainnet, you will be already like listed, and with a good traction, with a good like community, your token will really like reach success, and your project also. So that's why right now is really like a good time to start your project.
Yeah, I honestly do think so as well. But there's a downside, because you need to have money to survive until the bull market begins once again, or like at least small part of it. So which services are more popular these days that people and companies work with you on which services basis?
Or actually, it's a good question, and I'm not sure like, because I don't know the exact number like of how many projects do we like develop something, or like how the exact number of the projects that we like do market making. I mean, like new project. Of course, the number of projects that get listed is really like lower, but we still like working with the projects that I know like it's already like trading, is already listed, and we are helping with their market. So of course, definitely new projects that get listed, like their number is really like decrease. But in terms of general of like projects that came to us for market making, it's still the same number for projects that came to us like for incubation. So I think yes, so probably like the things that changed is that like a lot of projects is really like waiting for like some changes in market conditions. And that's why I know like they're really like on the pipeline like to work with us, but we can't start because they're waiting for better market conditions. In terms of like the first part of your question was actually about you need like to have money like to survive. So yes, that's right. And actually uh like I spoke with a lot of like venture funds, like I mean like really like tier one venture funds, and all of them like I know tell me that like the project needs to have some money to survive for 1 year, probably 1 year and a half. So you can't just like like survive only having some fundraised money, some investment money. So you need to have something that you put your own money. Uh, that's why I don't like. Actually, it was funny situation like in the spring when all the DeFi projects that like like in 2029 they're all yelled that they're really rich. They I know like there will be like new success, but then like I know like it's only was like in May, and all the project I know a lot of DeFi projects like was like making announcements that they have like money only for 1 month like to pay like salary for their employees. So it's not like the attitude. You need like to have some kind of like funds to survive at like 1-2 years. So I think it's quite normal for not only for crypto project, but for also like real like projects from Web2 and like other like services.
Okay, I see. Thank you. Thank you so much for the response. I've seen on your website that you can connect any on the AMM service that you provide, that you can connect any DEX within 48 hours.
Actually, yes. So usually, as I told you, we have like our own platforms that our like traders use. That we have like all our clients like on this like platform, and actually we're giving like to founders of the projects actually also access to this platform, so they can see what's actually happening, like all the trades that our bots and algorithms made. They can see I know like some dashboards, so they can really understand. And it's actually one of our like values that we give to projects, not just like managing their market, but we're also giving them is understanding and some kind of I know some tools to analyze what's actually really happening on their market. Uh, so if we're talking about the connection to decentralized exchanges, so we need like to connect our like platform to this DEX. So it's like we call it like some kind of connector. And of course, yes, it's actually like the question of like availability of our developers, and probably like some usually if it's like a usual like EVM like chain new DEX like on EVM chain, it won't like really like take a lot of time for us. So this really that's nothing like to surprise.
Yeah, I'm asking because just I guess like maybe a month ago or something, we had an AMA session with the CLS Global company, and what they do is basically they're providing market making on centralized exchanges. They provide some bots who also do trade on DEXs, so that they're basically like your direct competitor in this service. The question to you: why are you better than anyone else on the market? What is good in your in your market making services, and what like interesting to people?
Okay. So actually, you already like told me that we are trying to cover like the all things that the project might need, like from starting from the idea. Probably I'm not the right guy to tell you because like I'm from venture team here, so I'm not like connected with the market making, to be honest. I think at all because I'm like investing money. I'm really closer to the stages. I'm speaking with the projects that are not listed yet, and probably like our traders will tell you like would tell you like more detail. I mean, like in technical stuff, how it works, how the algorithm works, but just like in general. And I'm also like not really like have understanding like what exact services like CLS providing, because when we talk about market making, it's actually a really like wide word. And what exact services do market making include of each company? It's actually like to speak and understand like the list of them. So but I think our main value is that we are not only like providing some bots and algorithms and forget about like projects. I know like for each of our project, like 6 people team of traders working with every project, and they're like, as I told you, they're like providing all information about the market conditions, about the organic trades, and they're giving like all the understanding of what's happening in the market for the team of the project. Also, they can like consult on some kind of, with expertise of like working on markets with a lot of projects. We can help them with preparing like all the strategies. We can help them to understand like when's the best like time will be for some kind of announcement. So we're trying to help them and consult on some kind of strategy. And like the final one, I think the main value that we're giving, we are not like only market maker. We actually can help project like on different stages, and even like when the project is already listed, they're still developing. We still can help them with the development. We still can help, not just like to build something. I mean like we can help them to share like our expertise on like development side, in expertise on, for example, OTC deals. We can share like expertise and like I think almost all parts that they might need help. So that's probably our main value and main difference from like other market makers. So that's like I'm speaking like from point of view of the people who's not connected with some technical stuff of how the like algorithms working. So that's like my opinion on this.
Yeah, I get it. Anyways, thank you for clarifying that. So I will try to keep up it in the domain of your responsibilities and all the
Okay,
questions.
thank you.
It's very interesting for me as you're an analyst, and I'm sure that you see a lot of projects every day, and you see like you're in touch with this like data on the market, and you're turning the data into, I guess, some information for your whole team to look at. Maybe you can share with us some latest trends on the crypto market. So what does sell good? What does bring investment good? Which domains can we expect maybe this winter to blow up? Something like that.
Okay, actually, it's really like the good question, because all venture funds, like all research team and venture funds, is actually what they're doing is trying to find a new trend. Because I know like you remember that was like a DeFi period, for it was like a period when like all the blockchains really like like further on hype. Then it was like metaverses, like first it was gamify, then metaverses. So what actually I'm thinking will be the next probably trend, and I'm just like only sharing my opinion. Probably it will be wallets, because I'm just like trying to explain is that I think everybody like who's connected with crypto knows the MetaMask, and they don't like have they doesn't have their own like token, but they raised like a lot of money in the like fundraising, and there were like I know like it was multi-billion evaluation on the funds that they raised, and they also like announced that they will have a token. So if you check, for example, right now the sector of wallets or token of wallets, you can see that like, probably number one is like TVT. It's like Trust Wallet token, and their valuation is I think around like 200-300, yes, $200-300 like $1 million. And I'm not sure that it's still the same number, because like I know like I checked probably some months ago. But the idea is that you can compare like multi-billion like for a MetaMask and Trust Wallet like that is trading like 200-300 like $1 million. So there's a really like big difference. There's a really like big gap, and so probably we need like to wait when the MetaMask is really like will list their token, and I think this will lead to regulating all the sector of wallets, and probably the wallets will be really like popular, and that's why I know like we are not like investing really a lot in that, but we're really like paying a lot of attention to some like new wallets. Especially, for example, we really like looked at some Aptos ecosystem. For example, they have like a Marshall wallet. Of course, like there is not the only wallet that will be like on Aptos, but the one is that caught our attention. So probably you can also like just like go to Google and check it, and just like not to forget, because like I'm thinking that it's kind of like relative to compare, for example, Trust Wallet to MetaMask. Trust Wallet is actually supported with Binance. And I know some founders and probably CEO from Binance that was like starting the Binance from almost like the scratch, from almost the beginning. It's actually now running like working like on Trust Wallet token. So I think he understands that like Trust Wallet is actually like the leading right now on like on wallets that are having their own token. So that's why let's wait like for MetaMask token to list, and let's see what will happen.
And when you mentioned the wallets, I immediately thought I've seen maybe 2 or 3 blockchains, new coming blockchains with the same slogan that we will bring like billion users into crypto. So this is, from what I see, the trend on being closer to people, the trend for people to not thinking that crypto is something else. So, you know, like you have your bank account, you have everything, but you need like a wallet, like you need something else. So what Binance does a very good job of implementing the Binance Pay, where you can send money by ID onto the Binance account. You can use Binance Card. Crypto.com also tries something, and they have their own crypto card. It still has its own limitations, and it's more of like making life more comfortable for the crypto people, you know, but not for the regular people to come to crypto. But I feel like the next maybe like 1 2 years, we will see a lot of big investments made into the infrastructures and into the like companies, like I know apps, blockchains that are implementing something new. Like for example, also today I was reading about this SUI blockchain, SUI, and interesting what they mentioned, that designed for real people, and they're writing on their website that your assets live directly in your account, not in someone else's smart contract. And for me, you know, as someone who is pretty close to development and I understand how the smart contracts work, it became native because I understand that smart contracts is like, you know, it's like a database that stores your balance and the balances of other people in this token. But when you are thinking about it from normal person perspective, you expect your wallet to be like wallet. So you expect your money to be in your wallet, not in someone in the money producer's wallet, you know? So in this case, it's very different approach. It's like when I was first reading this sentence, it was like fourth dimension to me. It's like something that was evidently at this place, but I didn't expect it to be there. So I really think that something like this may come. And we will see some interesting VC rounds, maybe grants giving out to companies.
Yes, and of course, like I actually have some things to add to your like speech. So first of all, yes, infrastructure is actually like #1 sector in investment right now, and actually like projects raise like really like big sums. I know some projects raise like more than like 100 like million of dollars. So yes, like infrastructure is right now the main focus for all like venture funds. As for like I know like bringing like Web2 users, so you understand that like actually I know like Web3 is like I know like from like step by step it's like becoming more and more popular, but we still haven't like adopted a really like a lot of people. I think it's almost like I know like 95% of people don't use like crypto. So that's why, of course, like all the projects want to bring like some part of it. It's really like big market, and they want to bring and adopt this market. So, and here comes like like some problem with crypto. So it's actually I know like it's quite a big like info barrier for entrance like to crypto. You need like to understand like you need to understand how to use wallets. You need to understand what's the difference between blockchain. You need to understand how to use Binance. Like probably for I think for a lot of people, Binance is really like step one in crypto. So you need to understand and learn a lot of things because you can come to crypto. So that's why a lot of projects actually aim to make I know like their UX and UI really like easier to understand and cover like probably hide all this like I know like a lot of difference in a lot of blockchains like wallets, tokens, some are like really hard stuff they cover, and I know to give like people a really like the interface and understanding as they have like in Web2. So I think yes, this is really like big trend, and I know like probably not for the closest future, but for the next I don't know 3, 4, 5 years, it will be definitely in trend.
Yeah, you mentioned the UI UX. Really, when you open like the crypto, any crypto exchange basically, and any stock trading provider, it's great. Like it's a huge difference. And crypto did a very good job of just making this interface user friendly, user native, but also like the Robinhood, the one that provides the ability to trade stocks, also did a very good job for people to make it easy to buy something. More than that, they made it that easy that people started. I'm not sure whether they filed any lawsuits, but people started saying that it was so. the interface of the Robinhood was so playful and was so like, you know, game like that people thought that it wasn't like real money. And like the question to the Robinhood was that and that is why
I think we again had some problems with connection. So, but right now I can see and hear you.
Good. So, and people started saying that they made the interface such game-ish that people stopped thinking that they are trading. They stopped understanding the responsibility, and they just gambled and they lost their money. And when you press the button and you push the buy button or you push the sell button, doesn't matter.
Yes.
You see all these blow-ups, like congratulations, you bought a stock or you sold a stock, and it's that easy that people who are not that responsible in this domain, they are just starting to click these buttons just because it's it gives them some kind of addiction to the application. I'm not sure whether this is something that can be that you can get a lawsuit for, but it's a very good job in terms of more people flowing into the business and into the industry.
Yes. And actually about like real like bad cases like in UX and UI, like in crypto, have you ever used like the Polkadot wallet? I think it's really hard to understand for for the users who came like for the first time to Polkadot. It's really hard to understand how it works. So yes, I think like most projects, and especially like the Polkadot needs like to pay really like a lot of attention to making like using their like app really like much easier and much understandable for people. So this really like important thing for crypto to adopt like more people from Web2, definitely.
And what do you think about the programming languages that interact with the blockchains? Because we had a team discussion lately about, we went to Solana Hacker House this summer, and we first bumped into the need to code in Rust and to try like developing smart contracts in Solana.
Yes.
Like compared to EVM chains, compared to Solidity, it was like completely different world, much more complicated, a lot more things that you need to understand, but they have like no sense otherwise than in Solana. So, you know, Ethereum looks more like programming native to a developer. So what do you think about the complication of the programming language and the infrastructure? Because like Ethereum, what you do, you develop smart contract that is database, and like boom, here it is. This is your NFT. So now you'll just keep track of which user has which IDs of the NFTs, and you keep the links to the images. When in Solana, you need to create like token accounts, mint accounts. You need to create like some different accounts in there, connect them all together between, and that is not native for a developer. So it may bring less developers to the chain, and the less developers the chain has, the less infrastructure it has. So the less apps are built, and people have less options.
Yeah, I totally understand your question. And actually, like 10 minutes ago, you mentioned like a new blockchain. It's like SUI. I hope it pronounced it like right way. But they know that they are built like on new like Move language, and I think it's also like a new trend, probably not like in the fundraising, but a new trend in actually development, in crypto development. So usually we had like like Solidity and Rust, and actually yes, this was the really like big problems that to move like for a developer from Solidity to Rust, it was really like a hard and big problem. But now I think like I know two like potential like blockchain, new potential blockchains is like Sui, as I remember, and first of all is like Aptos, and they are both like built on Move language. And I think I spoke with developers, and they all said that's really great in terms of that you can really like, understand it like from if you like was like I know like developing a Solidity, actually it won't like take you really like a lot of time to move to Move language. So that's why I think we will see like a lot of like new projects that are built like on Move language. And actually like also like what developers told me is that Move gives you a lot of more possibilities than Solidity, definitely. So it's I know like it's probably the new like step, new like evolution in probably in blockchain, like in smart contract languages. So I think you need like to really like I don't know to read a lot about Move because it's really like, interesting.
And which blockchains does your team work with? Do you work with Solana, with Near, with Ton?
Uh, Actually, if we're talking about like our developers team, definitely we work with Solidity. I think it's like the basis, and like of course we have like a team that works on Rust. So uh, we cover like two main languages, and of course like we're trying to not to hire but probably to make a team that will work on move language too, because probably it's not very popular in terms of demand like for our services right now, but I think like in terms of perspective and like in 1 year we will have like we'll see like I know like some big part of projects that are built in a move language definitely. As for Ton, to be honest, I know like we have some projects like in incubation, but um, if we're talking about like my feelings, my like opinion about Ton language, so I'm not the one that really like believes in it, because you understand that the project is like I know like most of the tokens, most part of the tokens are held like on like small number of wallets, so you can't be like really like decentralized and be sure that like the investors won't like sell this token like tomorrow. So that's why like in my opinion I'm not really like a Ton person.
Yeah, about the Ton, our developers visited the Ton hackathon, was like a week ago in Prague.
Okay.
And also, very, very interesting thought that Ton, I understood it after I tried it. I tried its like official wallet on Telegram, because Telegram is a messenger that I use day to day,
Yeah.
both for like business and personal. And when I tried the wallet, it has the username wallet and the tick, so it's official, like by Telegram. And the Telegram also rolled out this feature where you can write the web applications that are open directly in the Telegram, so people can even add these web apps into their attachment menu. So when you push the attach button, there you can figure out like which photos you want to send or which files you want to send, and you can add like more buttons in there that will add this bot into your quick access menu. So this wallet was integrated in there, and when you look at it, it's such a native integration that so any third-party developer has access to it. So any third-party developer can develop the same thing, but Telegram did it that cool that you cannot even like understand that it is not a part of an application. Like you feel like it being like coded inside the Telegram app. After trying this UX and after seeing how natively it's being coded inside the application, after trying buying money buying tons with the credit card, sending it via the chat, I understood that Ton has potential because Telegram has so many users, and all these users, when they will come to crypto, they will inevitably need to either install some application, understand how it works, understand why Ethereum has this sometimes $2, sometimes $15 commission, or they will use Ton that has like close to zero commissions, where you can like blazing fast send transactions, where you can do it in the same application. So it is a very good like adaptation step to like to getting new community in the space. So that is why Ton is something I also keep an eye on, and our team keeps an eye on. But also Ton has a different programming language. They develop Fifth, their own language, and it's like a pain in the ass, because there's a separate part of the companies that are working on implementing this interoperability solutions that make all the chains communicate between each other, some messaging protocols, some zero knowledge protocols, and etc. etc. But at the same time, every new blockchain and that makes, so I see the internet broke down once again.
But actually, I can hear you now.
Yeah, good. Internet.
Yeah, you're again on. So yes, actually, to be honest, this was really like interesting that you told me, and I haven't heard about it. So I knew that they integrated like the wallet in Telegram, so it was like a news around like within a month, I think. So it was not really like a long time ago. So yes, definitely about their development announcements is really like interesting and cool. But yes, probably it will help with some kind of adoption from people, bringing people from Web 2 to Web 3. But to be honest, still Ton is some kind of, I know, like shady for me in terms of what's there is real like relationship with Telegram, with Durov and some other like stuff in Telegram, because actually, do you know like the story about Ton? So it was like a project by Durov and Telegram team. They faced some problems with regulations. They actually abandoned the project. They uploaded like their code and free access. And like I know like some projects came up with this like with their code and start developing on it. And do this really like these tones that we know right now is the same tones that was developed by a Durov team? We don't know. But like I can for sure tell you that it's really like strange when like the most part of the token belongs to some wallets, a really like limited number of wallets. So it's not really like trustworthy for me. But in terms of what they're like doing in adoption thing, I mean like they had a really like a great marketing campaign, especially like as I remember in this region. So it was really like popular probably in autumn last year. So there's really like a lot paid a lot of attention, like I mean the community, and really like a lot of people bought their token. So yes, in this way they're like good in marketing, probably they're good like in development and adoption. But as I told you, I'm not really like seeing them as a trustworthy like blockchain.
Yeah, but you know there were also some infos about Solana team keeping some money on the hidden wallets. Same thing was
Yes,
about.
of course. You know, for Solana, I know like seed round investors bought their token for 4 cent, and like in the like in the last years, like I know like Solana cost like more than $100. So as I remember, so you can count like how many like exits their investors made. So I'm not speaking about like probably how much the team actually earned. So yes, about the Solana, you when you buy like Solana and you build on Solana, you should understand that they're like they invested both their tokens like far like much cheaper than you. So just like keep a track on it.
Mm-hmm. And what do you think of the launchpads today? Because
Mm-hmm.
we had experience with the launchpads during the last 2 years, and
Mm-hmm.
their results and the trustworthiness of the launchpads, even like the top ones, changed drastically.
Mm-hmm.
Especially during this summer, we've seen how strengthless they can be when people
Mm-hmm.
leave. Bear market hits, no one can keep it up. Even like the coin list
Mm-hmm.
shows losses, and all the launch pads are showing like zero involvement of their audiences and their community. What do you think of launch pads? Will they regain their power later on with the bull market, or will the trend change?
Yeah, of course. I think definitely they will regain their power, but you understand that now, right now, like the popularity of like crypto, like Web3, is not like as much popular as we had like in a bullish market. That's why when we will be again, like probably hopefully like within next 2 years, like on a bullish market, we will the big community will came back, and probably new people from Web2 will come, and we will see really like a success of like of the launchpad. So actually, there is a really like big number of launch pads. To be honest, I don't like the names. I heard about the names, about 50 of them. But of course, CoinList is top one right now, and I think they still have a reputation of the launch pads that all the projects that launched make it like had an idea or on CoinList actually make some access for the communities that joins the round. So yes, and I think like in the future there's just like still there. That's why like the British market, this is the reason they, I don't like, when was the like last IDO? I think like half a year ago or like even more. So yeah, they're waiting for better times, for a better like community, and probably not just like for a community. I think they will still have like, I don't know, like sold out within like seconds. But probably right now is not the best time for projects to be listed to make a really like, good access for their community. So that's why probably the reason like they're on pause. And actually I have some rumors that they're preparing some kind of a big updates to their platform. So I think we need really like to pay a lot of attention to the like Telegram, Twitter. So probably will be really like, good news. But actually I don't like to add one more thing about CoinList. You understand that there's a lot of like people who are actually for a community, for a simple like a guy from a community that really like the project and wants to bring some money, it's impossible, almost impossible to join some IDO on CoinList, because you know, like some people make some firms really like with thousands of accounts trying to get some allocation from a CoinList. So probably their biggest problem is this: there's these firms that they need like to, I don't know, like actually there's like have some, like in our team we had some ideas like how to make it, how to stop this like firms, but right now CoinList have this problem like.
Yeah, but what we did in AlphaGuilty, and we see right now the same thing happening in other launchpads, like for example the Ash Swaps, the one that launches Ash Swap right now. I forgot it's Mayer launchpad. They also have the pay for allocation, and it's a good alternative when you just need to stake fixed amount of tokens. And you receive fixed amount of tickets, maybe you can guarantee how much allocation you get. So these guys, they just issue tickets and then you win or you don't, while AlphaGuilty issues like winning spots and winning like allocation guaranteed. And the last question for you, because we're nearing the 1 hour of our talk today. Now,
really?
Gotbit's plans on maybe issuing its own token or issuing maybe some NFTs, who knows? Do you have plans on that?
Actually, you know, like I will explain it like from the point of view of like venture fund investor. So actually, there's a lot of projects that I spoke for the last half a year. That came like probably they had really like, for example, like yesterday I spoke with the projects that have existing like platform, the Web2, its app is actually brings them money, so it's everything's okay, but they want like to get like to Web3, they want to launch their own token. So, and actually the one was the most popular, like two like most popular questions from that you will hear like from a research team of any like venture funds to all the projects that are fundraising right now is actually the first one: why do you need like a blockchain, and why do you need like their own token? So if you just like came with an idea that you want your like protocol projects need to have their own token, so it's not actually the argument. So you need to understand that your token need to have really like big, great utilities, and you need to understand like why do you need them. So in our like point of view, we have, I think, a great business model. We can generate some profits, we hire new people, we educate people, we bring really big value to projects from different perspectives. So I'm not seeing right now probably the reasons why do we need like to raise the token. So that's why I think like I answered your question from like this point of view.
Okay, yeah, good answer, because it's really like not everyone needs a token, but today it's at least it was very easy to launch your token, sell it on the IDO, get some money, leave, and here you go. You can start another project.
Yes. Actually, the problem is a project may be like connected with the Web3, so it's not a problem. But you actually can exist without even a token. You can like probably raise some equity around. You can, if you need like some investment, you can actually generate some profits. You don't need like the token. So actually, token will damage their like all the business model. So just like forget about token. Just like build a project and earn some money. So this is like success. Just don't list the token.
Yeah, totally agree with you. And also, could you give some call to action to our community? So to the people who are listening to us to this podcast, maybe like live or as a recording, what can you ask people to do? Maybe join something. Maybe you have some features. Yeah. Please take us.
Yeah. So first of all, thank you for joining our AMA session today. It was really like pleasure to speak with you. And about like our social media as a Gotbit, we have actually a Twitter channel, and we have like our Twitter. So please follow us. I think under like the AMA session there will be like some links. So just like please follow us.
Yeah. All the social networks and the website and the links are listed below this video, so you can check them out. You can also find there the AlphaGuilty social network, so you can also check those out as well. And on AlphaGuilty Telegram channel, we're always remembering you when the new AMA session starts. So do not forget to join that one, because you can see that AMA sessions are a good chance for you to listen to the people, to hear a lot of interesting stuff, to hear a lot of investment opportunities, and to ask your questions right here on the stream. Thank you, Mikhail, so much for staying with us today, for coming, for answering all these questions. Thank you so much for your time. And thank you, people, for listening. See you next time, and bye-bye.
Take care. Bye-bye.